Regular BBC daytime viewers will recognise these giants of the antiques world who light up our screens with their wisdom and charm.
I've more than doubled my money.
But what sort of things do our experts get up to when they're not on the telly? Well, we're about to find out, as over the course of 1 week, we'll be seeing one pair of plucky heavyweight dealers face a different daily challenge. Some of those challenges will be familiar territory.
Yes.
Some will be pitching our experts into the unknown.
Bang, bang, bang.
They'll be going head-to-head in a battle for profit, showing us how they've risked their own money and reputations by recreating some of their real-life deals.
Profit, profit and more profit.
And if the stakes weren't high enough already, each expert has a favourite charity that will be benefiting from their profits. The challenge to our experts is clear. Put your money where your mouth is. Today's hard-nosed dealers are the irrepressible Mark Franks and the queen of the car boot, Lorne Spicer. Lorne is a journalist and renowned expert in the areas of finance and antiques. Her position at the top of the Bargain Hunters leaderboard comes from her belt-tightening on money spinners and from rifling through the car booty.
Oh, that's a little less than we wanted, isn't it?
Man of the people, Mark, meanwhile, has over 23 years' worth of experience in dealing, including several years as a city broker, and is in a league of his own when it comes to sifting trash to cash and importing the best bargains from foreign climes on Sunsea and bargain spotting.
Makeup, where's makeup?
On today's blistering episode of Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is, Mark Franks and Lorne Spicer go international. Because if it's London, New York or Paris, no antique bargain is safe from these wise guys. However, our two wily traders are a long way from home and heading for a unique Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is challenge, as our intrepid experts find themselves on the continent. Can Mark and Lorne turn this French connection into pounds, shillings and pence? We have our experts, they have the knowledge and a fierce desire to win. So without further ado, I think it's time to find out the aim of today's game.
Ah, Mr. Franks might have known.
Bonnet de douche.
I'll tell you what, I've just done Eurostar to Gare du Nord, and now I'm... Where? Where is this?
I've got the ferry and a bus.
Well, it's still in the middle of France somewhere. Why?
Been told to give you this. Oh, bonnet de douche, Rodney.
Bonjour, Mark and Lorne. Your challenge today is to spend £500 of your own money on antiques. You must then resell your purchases with the aim of making as much profit as possible. The winner is the presenter who makes the most cash. That old chestnut.
Oh, right. Today you must buy all your antiques from a local antiques market. Bon chance.
Well, that looks like a market.
Well,
why is it full of medieval knights?
Don't know, but if you can't beat them, join them. Come.
Now, the French are famed for their style and grace, and any gathering is an excuse to dress up and have a good time. Adding an extra element of fun to this weekend's proceedings, it seems the local medieval reenactment society are putting on a show. But will Mark find his Excalibur? And will Lorne discover her knight in shining armour?
Bienvenue en France, bienvenue au Ménil-Simon. Bonne chance à Marc et bonne chance à Lorne.
So, with the blessing of the local kingpin, Mark and Lorne are primed and ready for some buying action. Remember, they've got to use up £500 of their own money to buy antiques and sell back in the UK. Le Ménil-Simon is a very quaint village of approximately 400 people located in the lower Normandy region of France. Every year, on several weekends throughout the summer, the village is transformed into the biggest antique market in the region. By the crack of dawn, the market is in full swing. Mark and Lorne are ready to do battle.
Right, today's plan of action is very simple. We go around the market moving really quickly, trying to buy some bargains. Once we've done that, we then go around again and we buy other bits and bobs. The first things I buy should be the biggest profit. So come with me and see how we get on. I know that Lorne won't have the same sort of strategy. She's just going to wander around aimlessly. So hurry up and keep up.
So then Mark plans to fly straight out of the traps and tear through the village at a rate of knots.
Come on.
Is this antiques market ready for the whirlwind that is everyone's favourite trader, Mark Franksy Franks?
That looks like one of my old girlfriends.
Well, Mark might have jumped straight in, but Lorne's not a lady to be easily intimidated. Has she got the sus on Mark?
Now, my strategy when I come to France is really not to have a strategy, especially if I'm coming to France with Mr. Franks, because he tends to concentrate on one thing, and that's brown furniture. So I'll go and see some furniture, think about it, and usually when it's gone back, it's gone, because somebody else has snapped it up. So what I'm doing is buying anything I like, take it back to England, and hopefully making more money than he does.
So both Mark and Lorne have two very different strategies for the day. As the party atmosphere at the fair hots up, our two contenders need to stay focused. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, our experts can spend up to £500 each. They're both on the prowl for hidden gems, but which one of them will strike the first blow in order to make the most money?
No. English gentleman.
I'm sure a trader as wily as Mark Franks will certainly be able to pull something out of the hat today. However, Lorne's no damsel in distress, as she's already uncovered a few gems.
Now, these are nice. It's a fantastic collection of old, turn-of-the-century soda siphons. The etching is absolutely great. Look at that. Fleur de... Ah, Lorne! Hello! It's got my name on it. How cool is that? 8 in total. I don't know whether that's got some etching on as well. This is nice. This is very Art Deco. But it's got a marble base, which is nice. These are now more popular, really, than the actual Art Deco clocks, because we went through a whole phase where the Art Deco clocks were being imported from France and selling for around 100, 200, 300 pounds. So I think that's worth getting, and I love this tray. Look. This tray is lovely, very fashionable. Duracell bunny, anybody? And I think that's a gun case, which if that was polished up, that'd be quite nice as well. So I'm going to see if I can do a deal on the whole lot. Excusez-moi, mademoiselle. C'est combien pour l'ensemble?
As Lorne angles for her first buy of the day, Mark puts his foot to the floor and puts his strategy into action.
Right, let's get a wiggle on. Come on. Well, come on.
He's going to cover every inch of this market. He's moving through this market like a dose of salts.
That's 16 quid. A tenner more than I want to spend. Come on.
However, there simply isn't anything on his radar.
It's all top money. That little cupboard, quite nice, quite fashionable, but he wants 80 quid for it. Where'd you go with that? You walk away from it, that's what you do.
Yes, and as our boy Franksy struggles to find that killer bargain, Lorne is at the other end of the market, hoping to siphon off some cash.
C'est combien pour l'ensemble?
And turn it into profit.
Pour l'ensemble, 400. 400 euros.
Right, so she wants 400 euros. 300? No. 315?
If you want.
Yes, the whole lot. The lot. Deal?
Thank you.
Merci beaucoup.
So, with a haul of swag that would make Robin and his men in tights very merry indeed, Lorne is off to a flying start. She's just picked up a set of soda siphons, an etched mirror tray, a gun case, some Art Deco ornamental dogs, and even a Duracell bunny.
Combien?
140 à marche.
The pressure's now on Sir Mark of Battersea. Can our Antiques Night kickstart his antiques and collectibles crusade by negotiating a cut-price deal for this stylish orange picnic table?
Playing a game here. He wants 20 euros, I've bid him 15, and he said not possible, so I bid him 10. It's made him laugh, and that's the idea of it. What's your dernier prix then?
Dernier prix, 20.
Still 20. 16 quid. Small profit, not a lot. What do you...
So, Mark, the dernier prix, or final price, of this table is 20 euros.
Is orange in, is orange out?
C'est costaud.
Which, my friend, is too much for you in any language.
If I was going to put it in a shop, I'd ask 30, 40 quid for it, so I would buy it, but I've got to sell this stuff quite quickly. I haven't got 6 months to sell it.
So at these prices, Mark's 100-yard dash has slowed to a crawl. If profit is king, right now, Mark is a joker and Lorne is a queen. She may be ahead, but she's not a woman to rest on her laurels. She's hunting out more pieces with the potential to make her a profit.
This is lovely, and this is why you should always look under stalls at markets, because this was hidden underneath here. And it's a lovely, huge leather bag, which has got some age to it. You can tell that because the zip is actually quite an old zip. But this will sell really well in auction. And I think you could treat it if you wanted to, make it a bit more shiny, but actually, I think for €10, that's a pretty good price. I'm not even going to haggle on that one, because that works out about £6.50 in the UK. So there's definitely money to be made on this. Hello. Look, what do you think? Do you know how much that is?
Not a lot.
€10.
Well, it's cheap.
It is cheap, don't you think, for that?
It's good from far, but it's
Well, I just thought
far from good.
Mark's far from impressed with this purchase. However, Lorne is splashing the cash left,
Would you take 20? Lovely. OK, I'll have that.
right, and centre.
OK, so I'll have that and that, please.
So Essex's First Lady of Antiques has made a strong start. Mark, on the other hand, has yet to put his hand in his pocket. If he wants to win this challenge, he needs to start spending, and soon. With Mr. Franks finding it hard to spend his cash, he calls on what must be his backroom staff to slow down the Spice-mobile.
This is Mark's financial advisor, his accountant, OK? And this lady over here is his PR advisor, and this lady here represents the tax man.
I think I've covered most of the stalls now, so I'm really struggling a bit. Combien, monsieur? That's why I still got it, I suppose.
With Lorne going through her kitty quicker than posh Spice on a shopping spree, Mark spent less than old man Steptoe. So as the smoke settles across the battlefield, Mark and Lorne are still slugging it out. Remember, at first light, they both had a purse of up to £500. Lorne has spent £289, leaving her £211 still to spend, whilst Mark has spent precisely nothing. This leaves £500 rattling around in his pocket. So much for dashing around the market and snapping up the bargains, eh, Mark? And as the bell rings for round 2, Lorne streaks ahead and the pressure is mounting on Mark. Can he hold his nerve? Can he keep his focus? Can he buy some antiques, please?
10 euros.
And the series?
Quoi d'autre là?
Series?
Ça, je sais pas c'est quoi ça. De quoi?
In the thing there, love, look. In there, look. No, in there. No, yes. Si, oui. Bon, sir.
Maman, la série.
I had short hair when I got to this stall.
Hey, la série. La série.
It's all right, don't close till 6. Take time.
Oh dear, it looks like the pressure is getting to Mark.
I'll have to have a look. All our price.
And as Mark gets stuck in and takes a closer inspection of some enamelled canisters, Lorne has located yet another possible bargain.
No idea who the artist is, but I do like that. There's something about that, it's quite evocative. Might get that, we'll see. See if there's anything else on the stall and we can do a bit of a deal. I like the mirrors, they're lovely. And in a pet dear. There's quite a lot of damage on the top here that will need restoring. But they are a pair. I didn't think they were the original mirrors, actually, but they do seem to have some pitting here, which would imply that they are. I do know an auction house in London at Chiswick where pairs of mirrors sell really well, because the houses in Chiswick are so big that, you know, that'll go really nicely. So I wonder if we can do a deal on those in the pictures. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
C'est combien pour?
180.
OK.
40.
OK, that's 50. So pour l'ensemble?
L'ensemble 140 et 35.
We've got €175.
OK.
Is that OK?
OK.
Lovely, there you go.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Merci, monsieur.
So another €175 leaves Lorne's kitty. To you and me back here in Blighty, that's £140. Meanwhile, back at the stall, here's Mark finally going to make a purchase.
These are enamel canisters with holes in, and this is called the barbed wire effect, 'cause it actually does look like barbed wire. They were hugely popular, and they hold spiced tea. The big one's got sugar. Condition's not great. Vincent?
Oh.
Go low, so I went really low. Make all that noise. Van? Gone even lower, that's really confused them.
38.
38. 38 euros. Nice and easy to work out. 40 euros is 32 quid, too dear. Because the condition, it's all this chipping and holes underneath is what you don't really want. OK, a refleche, eh? Refleche means think about it.
Yes, refleche indeed, Mr. Franks. However, today is a competition, so it might be wise to stop thinking and start buying. Now, it's an old-fashioned thought, but in order to turn a profit, you have to have something to sell.
It's turned into a bit of a car boot sale down this end.
And right now, Mark's challenge has more holes in it than the enamel pots.
All of that is brand spanking new.
But confidence has never been a problem for Mr. Franks, and although he's performing worse than a donkey at the Grand National, he's still confident of pipping Lorne at the post.
If you want to turn this into a profit, you need to know the euro exchange rate. At the moment, 10 euros is about £8. If you get this wrong, you'll lose money. Now, I guarantee Lorne has not bothered to work this out. I'm very good at maths, and I know that very quickly, 10 euros, £8, bang, bang, bang. All you've got to do is work it out. It's an 8 times table. It's as easy as that. Turn this into a profit, get your maths right.
Well, they're wise words, but whilst Mark's busy talking the talk, Lorne continues to walk the walk. However, it looks like her next purchase might afford her a well-earned rest.
This is nice. Very, very 1950s, 60s. I mean, the upholstery is a little bit dirty, to say the least, but it is a fabric, so there's a possibility you could bring this back to life if you've got the right fabric cleaners. That's got to be worth a good 50 to 60 pounds, I would have thought. Let's see how much it is. Bonjour, monsieur, c'est combien?
15 euros.
15 euros, so that's pretty good. I wonder if I can get it for 12. 12?
You are hard. You are very hard for the price.
Do you think so?
13, 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
OK, how about 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Yes, OK, 12, OK, no problem, no
Lovely. Thank you very much, I'm delighted
You're
with that.
welcome.
As we know, Mark doesn't credit Lorne with a good head for figures, but she's just proved him wrong. And not for the first time today, Lorne has just cut yet another great deal.
Now, I'm not one to big myself up, but I do have to say, I think I've probably bought the best things here. I know that Mark is struggling, but look on the bright side. If he was here in medieval times, then quite frankly, I think he'd probably be in the ducking pond by now.
So far today, Lorne has hit overdrive as she spends. Despite Mark's cavalier approach, he's certainly not laughing now, as all he's got to show for his morning's work is sore feet and a heavy wallet. And to make life even more difficult for our Mr. Franks, Lorne has a little plan to slow him down even further.
Is that the best you've got?
What,
is that
big
it?
chopper? It's quite heavy,
Have
actually.
you bought that then? Some of the things you've
I haven't
bought?
bought anything yet.
You haven't bought anything?
You?
Well, I was going to rely on this to actually make sure that I had you chained up on a wall so you couldn't buy anything, so I could get the best bargains.
I got in trouble last time I got chained up.
So you seriously telling me you've spent no money?
No, I haven't spent a penny yet, but I'm going to, so I'll see you later.
For a man who's not bought a thing, he seems remarkably upbeat. Don't forget, both experts left home and crossed the channel with up to £500 of their own money. Mark is still holding out for his own holy grail. He spent £0 and 0 pence. He's got 500 quid burning a hole in his pocket and just a few short hours to spend it. Now, Lorne the Spice-mobile Spicer, she came, she saw, she nearly spent the lot by lunchtime. So she spent a total of £435, leaving just 65 quid. But can she turn a bigger profit than Mark?
Hang on a second. Mark Franks makes the same noise, but not out the same instrument.
clock is ticking and Mark still has up to £500 to spend. The market will be closing soon for the day, and if he doesn't make some purchases soon, Lorne will be claiming victory.
Come on, come on. Fountain pens. I do know a bit about them, and I know that none of those are worth buying. Combien?
Super.
All right, do another one. Combien? Combien?
Mark's well-trained eye has finally spotted something with potential.
Now, the thing I like buying in France are frames, and I've seen a cracking one there. It would have had a big mirror in it originally. The mirror's obviously been broken, but I don't care. Come and have a look. OK, if you look at the timber, you can see the age. It's definitely got plenty of age. I'd say 100 years old. There's a bit of damage up there, not the end of the world. It's a wooden frame made of generally of pine. They put gesso on it, which is like a plaster, and then it would be gold leafed. Now, if I put a new bit of glass in here, in the UK, a couple of £100. It's got to be. It's just a lovely, lovely frame. The detail is really, really nice. So let's see how much it is. Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour.
Comment ça va?
Très bien, merci.
Be nice to them. Combien le...
80.
80. That's €80. So the exchange rate at the moment is about 8. So 7 8s are 56, 8 8s are 64. So that's £64. That's buyable, but let's see if we can do it better. It's possible le...
Oui.
50?
Non, pas 50, non. 60.
60. So that's £48. I mean, less than £50. Vendu.
OK, merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
Fantastique! At last! Franksy is off the mark. He's up and running and has bagged himself a potential profit-turning money spinner. So, with the clock ticking down to the end of today's market, the pressure is really on Mark. And with only an hour to go until the market closes, Franksy has a bolt from the blue. One could even say an epiphany.
Now, it all looks like junk, but I don't care if it's old or it's new. I'm only interested in making a profit. Now, imagine if you went into a department store and you bought that to put flowers in. What would it cost you? 50 quid, 60 quid? Well, I'm sure they're going to be cheaper here. That's quite charming. Imagine that in your conservatory. Isn't it nice? Made of metal, 1940s, 1950s. It's nice. Could do with a clean, but that's the job I can do. Now, there's a find. Take a look at this. What does it say? Medina. Medina glass is extremely collectible. No chips, no marks. Is it affordable? In the UK, 30, 40 quid. There's a lot of people collect this stuff. So there's 4 items I'm interested in. So let's see what we can do. Madame, bonjour. Combien pour ça, 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 and ça? 30 euros. 30 euros is about just over 20 quid. Not bad. Le dernier prix, s'il vous plaît? Begging now, begging. 20 euros. 20 euros is 16 quid for that, and that. Vendu. Thank you very much. Mwah. Deal of the century. Come here, come here, come here, come here. I paid 16 quid for this, the light, and the 2 vases. I would have given 16 quid for this alone. What a winner. Spicer, watch out.
Now that's more like the boy from Battersea that we all know and love. Once he starts, he just can't stop. The boy Franksy has finally hit his rhythm. He's up, he's running, and those bargains just can't hide.
Come on, let's move. 5 euros, 4 quid. Some little kids gotta love that, haven't they? Come on, let's go. I think we've got to buy that. Vendu. 20 euros, OK. All right, I think we've got to buy that. I think he had a liquid lunch. A crop picker's ladder. Easy to say. Now, the question is, how much is it? Monsieur, combien, s'il vous plaît?
25.
25. 25 euros, a little bit expensive. It's possible 20, 20? €20. That works out about 16 quid. There's got to be a profit in that. It's quite so, wouldn't you? This, excellent. This is €10, which is 8 quid. Spicer, eat my shorts.
It looks like Mark has decided that orange is in fact this season's colour as he swoops in and parts with some hard-earned cash and picks up the orange table we saw earlier.
Le dernier prix? Fini. Fini. OK, vendu. Merci beaucoup.
So yet another top drawer bargain has been acquired by Mr. Franks. When he's hot, and let's face it, he's certainly burned a trail through this market late in the day. But if he wants to claim ultimate victory, he needs another killer bargain.
Now listen, come with me, I've found something really, really nice. Here it is. Now, today, a lot of people have got small houses, so small bits of furniture are more fashionable. This is nice, very classical. Nice bit of quality, oak-lined, nice dovetails, really precise and very usable. And also, a nice little surprise, it's got a pair of faux drawers or fake drawers. Open it up and there's a cupboard. What about that? And do you know what would go in there? Your potty. Bedside cupboard, marble lined, you put your potty in there in case you get caught short at night. Let's see if we can get a price. Bonjour, monsieur. Comment ça va?
Très bien, très bien.
You're looking well. How are you? You right?
You speak English very well.
Yes, my French is very poor. This petit placard is very, very good price.
Very good price in English, or 150.
Come on, give me some discount. A little better. I was thinking 60, 70, 100. What about son and you throw in the chair? Son le deux. S'il vous plaît.
OK.
Hey,
okay.
Gentlemen,
Okay.
merci beaucoup. What a good man. Vendu.
Vendu. OK.
Mark and Lorne have been slugging it out all day. In fact, there's not been this much action in Normandy since William the Conqueror set sail. Now it's time for Lorne and Mark to hit the road and get back to Blighty to sell. So just what have our two experts bought? Can they turn that all-important profit? And who will be the ultimate victor? Will it be the force of nature that is our boy Franksy, or will it be the ruthless business brain of Miss Spicer that ultimately wins out?
Bought quite a lot of gear, I think.
You're not kidding. What's that?
It's Pinot Key O.
It's made 2 minutes ago.
It was €5, which is like 4 quid.
You
It's
was
lovely.
conned.
Oh, come on.
You paid £4 for this.
Well, what's this dodgy picture you've bought?
I bought that because it reminded me of you.
Now, I must admit, them mirrors, I saw those and I tried to buy them, they were sold, so I was a bit gutted. You did nick those quite well.
Do you think so?
Yeah, they're nice.
I'm really pleased with all my soda siphon bottles.
Yeah, I know.
Because I think they're lovely.
They are lovely.
Anything else you like? Do you like my chair? My chair was a really big bargain buy, that was.
It's all right.
What do you mean it's all right? It's 1960s, 70s thingy, what's it?
It certainly is thingy what's it.
So, as we've seen, our experts have secured a veritable cornucopia of bargains today. For Mark, these include various pieces of antique furniture, some outstanding glassware and mirror frames, a trip to the 70s and a raid on Abigail's party, including a lamp, picture and cocktail trolley. And finally, an assortment of the weird and wonderful, including an ice bucket and a retro salt and pepper pot. And for Miss Lorne Spicer, purchases included a wander down memory lane with a collection of retro items, including an orange chair and some antique curios, including the soda siphons with her name on. Remember, this is only the halfway point. In order to complete their challenge, these two experts are going to have to employ all their nous and use all their contacts to shift their merchandise and make loads of money. But which one of these two antique gladiators is going to win? So, after a titanic struggle in France, our king and queen of collectibles have headed home to prepare for the second half of today's challenge. The aim now is to sell on everything they bought and make as much profit as possible. And a few days after returning to his corner of southwest London, Mr. Franks has drawn up a battle plan.
Here I'm at Northcote Road Patisserie in the centre of Battersea. It's my office, basically. I'm here every morning, cup of coffee and a croissant. On a bit of a diet, I might leave this today. I've got all the stuff I bought in France, which I'm going to sell in this area, and it's going to be a long day. So do you want to come and have a look, see how we get on? Come on.
So Mark's planning to stay on home turf and sell his items to the locals. Lorne, on the other hand, has decided to cast her net a little wider, and she's headed to the south coast to try and secure her first sale.
Now, next to Leon-sea, one of my favourite places is Brighton, and I love this pub here, the Dorset. It's very, very old, but it's very Moulin Rouge-y, so I'm hoping they might be interested in what I have to offer.
Lorne is hoping to cash in on her soda siphons, but remember, she paid over £100 for them, so she's going to have to work hard to make a profit.
Oh, yeah. All right.
There's quite a few of them. Now, I think they're soda siphon bottles, and the reason I like them is I just love the colour glass. Now, that's a beautiful blue. Look at that. That's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go.
That one stood out straight away. Can you translate them for me?
Well, I'll have a go. You see, this one, eau minerals, which means mineral water, eau de seltz lemonade, and this one, no idea, no, basically, lemonade's about the only name I recognise.
And have you tried taking the tops off of them?
No, why? Is that necessary?
Well, if you want to fill them up.
Well, you're actually going to use them. See, I was just thinking decorative. So I've no idea whether the tops come off. I mean, they certainly look like they need a clean if you're going to use them that way.
So.
Well, that's wiggling, so I guess that one will come off eventually. But yeah, so, I mean, what sort of drinks would you use these for anyway?
Well, soda.
Right.
Put soda in it, vodka, lime and soda.
Yeah, and lemonade, I guess, in some of them as well.
Yeah.
Or just mineral water. You see, I quite like that one. There's something quite sort of modernist about that in a strange kind of way. So, I mean, are you tempted by any of them?
What's your best product?
You make me an offer.
Nicely done, Lorne. Miss Spicer knows all the tricks of the trade, and she's turned the tables by asking him to give her his best offer.
Well, I wouldn't really want to part with much more than 20 quid for it, I don't think.
That's fine. 20 quid will do. Yeah. For that one, yeah? But I can't tempt you with any others, it's just this one?
Well, what was the one you picked out?
That one I thought was just nice in terms of the design, the way the glass is shot in there as well.
All right, 20 quid each.
£40,
£40 for the two?
Fantastic, thank you very much.
Well, Lorne might have sold off 2 of her siphons, but she's still got 6 left to sell. And while she sets off to find a buyer for them back in London, our Battersea boy is also getting down to business.
Now I'm on the way to see one of my friends, and I say friends because she's more of a friend than a colleague, but I've been selling and buying from her for years. Let's try and pry some money out of her big fat purse.
Well, the lady in question might have a big fat purse, but there's no sentiment in business. If Mark wants to seal his first deal, he's going to have to work for it. So what's he hoping to sell?
I've got a small bedside cabinet, another one with a drawer in it, and one with 2 drawers in it. Also, a pretty little white cabinet. Now, the reason I think she'll buy these is she paints a lot of stuff. And these are ideal for painting. Come and meet her.
Well, he might sound confident, but can Mark make a profit on his tables? Don't forget, he paid almost £30 for the 4.
I bought these in France.
I can tell.
Mais oui. I think they're quite charming. Very easy for your customers to carry
No, they
home.
are. They're actually, I have to say, for once, Mark, I'm relatively,
I got it right.
relatively interested, but, as I always say, how much?
120. You look like you've seen a ghost.
Sorry. That's what I'd like to sell them for, Mark.
No, come on.
Hang on.
They're worth every penny of that.
Seriously, I can't do that.
110.
Because I've got to do all the work on it as well. I mean, it's just time. Once you put time in, I've got to charge for my time a bit.
110.
No, which is right, £80.
100 quid. Nice round sum. Easy.
It's still, there's not enough left in it, Mark.
This lady's a tough negotiator. The price is coming down, but Mr. Franks is working hard to get as much as possible.
What do we meet in the middle? What's the middle?
90.
How about, just for my funny little brain,
90.
£91 and 20 pence?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah?
Go on.
Deal?
Go on. Yes.
You're an angel.
Nope, we don't know where he got that figure from either. But as they say, every little helps, and Mr. Franks has got his first cash in the bank.
What a good start today. A lovely lady, and she knows the real value of things. Small profit, Spicer, watch out.
It seems as though Mark's in a selling mood. Once he gets started, there's no stopping him.
I thought this would be the perfect thing to add to your repertoire of toys. Lovely lady, would you be interested in buying this ladder? Now, Izzy, I think I've got something which is just up your street. It's elegant and smart, and tasteful, like yourself.
He's doing deal
15.
15, all right, done.
Deal, what a gentleman.
after deal,
All right, got an angel. Mwah.
and the money is pouring in.
Lorne Spicer, can you do some work to earn some money? I bet you can't.
With Mark shifting his gear like there's no tomorrow, Lorne is still going the extra mile to make a profit. She's hit the road and headed to Oxfordshire to try and find a taker for her remaining soda siphons.
6 to go, so I'm hoping someone in here is interested.
Well, fingers crossed, but to make a profit, Lorne needs to get at least £70 for her stash.
Hello there. I know, I'm always bringing things in to show you, aren't I? You'll be amazed at my latest venture. I don't know whether I can interest you in any of these, but I actually really like them. They're a load of soda siphon bottles that I bought from a French market.
Oh, right, let's pop them over there.
Now, what I liked about them was firstly the colour, but also that the glass is slightly wavy. They're not just plain, and each one is slightly different. But I didn't know whether they'd be something you think would be suitable here or not.
Well, I quite like them. And I actually think that, yes, the colour makes them. The fact that they're French also helps. I can see people buying one.
Is this something that you'd be interested in?
I could be. I know we've got a plain one, exactly like this.
Right.
Clear, etched, on sale here for £10.
Right, right.
There's no doubt the blue makes a difference. The fact that they're French, I think, makes a difference. I would say the maximum ticket I would dare put on these might be 20. So what am I going to offer you, perhaps 15 each?
That'd be 30, 60, that'd be £90 for the lot.
It would.
Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. That'll be one less thing that I have to worry about. So, yes, you've got a deal.
All
Thank
right,
you very
that's
much
great.
indeed.
She may have had to hit the road, but the Queen of Collectibles is using all her contacts to beat her rival. And having also sold the glass tray for £100, she's made a small profit. Back in the big smoke, our man in his van has come up with a cunning plan to sell his 2 large vases.
Northcote Road is full of florists, and the one here sells big vases to put your flowers in. And I've got 2 big vases. They cost 15 quid for the pair, and that included some other bits and bobs, so it's got to be a profit. Let's just go and see if this nice lady will give me some money.
What a blooming great plan, Mr. Franks, but will the lady in the shop be interested in the vases?
Yeah, we will be interested. You only got 2,
Yes, that's all I've got.
and this is the only height you got.
They're both exactly the same. I bought them in France, and I want you to make me an offer, really. What would you pay?
I say £60.
60. What about £80? Because it's the best shop in Northcote Road. If you want to buy flowers, this is where I come.
Yes, he's laying on the charm, but can Mark persuade the lady to up her opening offer?
70, and then a deal.
Meet in the middle. You got a deal. Thank you very much. I'll go and get the other one.
Smooth, Mark, very smooth. The vases have put a £55 profit in his skyrocket. That's pocket to those of us living outside London, and he's a happy man.
Spicer, watch out.
So far, Mark's banked just under £130 worth of profit. He's stormed into the lead, but Essex's First Lady of Antiques is a formidable foe. She's not going to give in easily, and she's headed to one of her favourite auction houses to try and sell her next 3 pieces. Lorne is hoping to cash in on the Duracell Bunny and the Silver Garlic Crusher. But first up, she's hoping that someone in the room will want to make her first item their best friend.
Hopefully somebody will love this Alsatian inkwell. Fingers crossed.
So what will the bidders think it's worth? Always remember, folks, to check on auctioneer's fees before going to an auction.
Fascinated bronze figure of a seated dog on a marble base, number 596. £40 for that. £30 for it. I bid at 30, man, you want 32, 35, 38, 40, 42, 45, 48. Bid at 45, I'll take £45. So I've got 45.
£45, that's great, I'm pleased with that.
£45 gives Lorne a very nice profit of 34 quid. And because it's for charity, the auctioneer has kindly waived the commission on the pieces she's selling. And there's more good news when the Silver Garlic Crusher and Battery Powered Bunny also find new homes.
£10. I think I paid €2 for it, so I can't complain.
Lorne's made a small profit on her 3 items and closed the gap on Mark. But everyone's favourite wheeler dealer is still hard at work on his home patch and is getting on his bike to try and make his next sale.
I bought loads and loads of clothes for my children at this lady's shop. for special occasions because it's really good stuff. And I'm hoping she's going to buy this little bike.
Mark's hoping to sell the bike he bought for £8, but will the shop owner think it's high enough quality to be sold in her shop?
Wow, how you doing? All right?
Hi, Mark.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
I'm not buying today.
Oh, what a shame.
I'm trying to sell. Now, I've bought this in France.
Okay.
And I think it's really cool.
It is. It's very popular. You see a lot of children on the street riding these things.
You haven't got to waste any petrol or, you know, just poodle along.
And it's good for balance.
Good
Very
for balance, yeah. And I think it fits in with all your beautiful things. Wow, what a great collection of wellies. I've spent quite a few quid with you over the years. I think about time you spent some money with me.
May not be wrong there.
Well, he's dished out the charm, paid the shop owner a compliment and made her chuckle. This is a classic Mark Franks selling operation, but is it going to work?
Is this something you'd be interested in?
It is something I'd be interested in, yes.
Do you want to make me an offer?
£40?
What about 5 or more, 45? I know you won't go 50 because I know you far too well. 45?
Done deal.
Lovely.
Done, thank you. Now, how about you buy some wellies from me?
Oh,
no.
Madam, I like your style, but Mark's not going to spend the money he's just made. Having banked another £37 worth of profit, he's decided to give his rival a call and find out how she is getting on.
Ah, Mr. Franks.
Ah, Lady Lorne, how the devil are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Yeah, it's not bad, just sitting in a leafy glen.
Are you? What have you sold?
What have I sold? Can't think of anything particular. I've sold a couple of bits.
Yeah.
I've not doubled my money on them, but, you know, done OK.
I think the days of doubling your money on items are long gone.
You don't get the currency conversion buying from France and selling in the UK, obviously, anymore.
No.
It's euro. And
double money.
It's a credit crunch.
Credit crunch?
no one wants to buy anything.
Well,
They're all trying to pay the credit cards off.
Yeah, you should take a leaf out of my book, though, and just keep your prices low and sell quick.
I've got to go now because I've got to go and pick my little boy up from school.
All right, I'll catch you later. Take care.
All right, after you've done your homework. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, God, school run. Let's go.
Oh, she's done so well, and I can't quite double my money. No, because I tripled my money. Back of the net.
Well, Mark's got a reason to be cheerful. After selling 9 items for £210, Mark's banked a profit of £165.20. It's a fabulous effort, and he's charging ahead of Lorne, because after selling 12 items, her total profit stands at just over £50. He might be in front, but Mark knows that Lorne isn't going to give up without a fight, so he's determined to press home his advantage. He's decided that he wants to get the 2 mirror frames refitted with glass, and he's hoping he can get mates' rates for the job.
OK, Stu, there you are. Lovely job. So, shall I let you get on with it?
Can do, yeah. We'll sort the price out.
Problem is, I ain't got no dough on me.
It's going to cost about £70.
How much?
70.
£70? I ain't got 70 pence, mate. Is there anything I can do for you instead? Like, you know, I don't know.
There is something you can do. You can clear up that joiner's shop.
You're joking?
Well, I'm not. Won't take you more than 2 or 3 hours.
Come on, mate.
No, that's it. Deal's a deal.
2 or 3 hours. What can I do?
Go on, then.
Where have I got to go?
Through here.
Well, he's done his best to get a freebie, but business is business, and it's time for Mark to get stuck in and pay his way.
There you go, Mark.
I'll leave off.
Well, when you finish that, you've got to do in here.
You having a laugh?
No, I'm not.
I'm not sure about this.
Take the mirror back then.
No, I'll do it.
What?
When's the last time Lorne Spicer picked up a shovel? That's what I want to know.
Mark, you should know better. The First Lady of Antiques doesn't need to pick up a shovel to turn a profit. Lady Lorne's got a much more refined way of selling, and she's returned to her favourite auction house to try and make a profit on the rest of her items.
Bonjour, my petite people. I'm here today at an auction house, which is already very, very busy, hoping to sell some of the items from France. Now, I've got the pair of mirrors, which I'm hoping here in Chiswick will do very well just as decorator pieces, and a couple of little surprises up my sleeve, I hope.
So, whilst Lorne puts her feet up at the auction, Mark is still hard at work. Well, sort of. Next door in the workshop, the fastest glass cutters in southwest London are making short work of reglazing Mark's mirror frames.
Here, Stu. What do you think? Sorted.
No, you swept it under the bench. I'm not having it. Put it in there.
Oh, I can't believe painted it, I've been collared.
Nice try, Mark, but you need to put your back into it because over at the auction, Miss Spicer's first lot is about to go before the bidders.
Now, this is going to be very interesting because I know nothing about shooting, hunting or fishing, but I do know that what I have bought from France is a gun case. No gun in there, obviously. And I paid £12 for it, and Tom has kindly put it in at £40 to £60. So if it does make that, I should be absolutely amazed and realise that I'm better off buying things that I know nothing about.
Well, Lorne might be shooting from the hip with her first item, but she's hoping to get more than 12 quid for it. I hope it does well, because Miss Spicer is in fighting mood.
I'm going to shoot somebody if this doesn't sell well, I tell you. And Mr. Franks springs to mind.
Crikey, fingers crossed, eh, Mark?
You can make 70 or 80 in here, £50 for it, £30 for it.
Come on.
I'm going to £30, give me 32 at £30, 8 to 32 you want, 35, 38, 40, 42, 45, 48, 50, 5, 50, but I'll take 5 at £50, I'll take 5, £50 something, all done. At £50, your last chance of selling at £50, sold at £50.
£50, I told you, I'm going to stick. I'm obviously very good at buying and selling things I know nothing about because I've now made a fantastic profit. That sold for £50 and it cost me 12. And it means I don't have to shoot Mark. Yet.
Well, that's the good news, Mark. The bad news is that Lorne's narrowing the gap, and her painting of the smoking man that set her back a very reasonable £28 is next to go before the room.
Lot number 628 now, T.H. Albert.
I'm going to be really gutted if this doesn't do well because I just really like the picture. I think it's really lovely.
£40 for it. I'm going to £40 at £40, 42 at 42, 45, 48, do you want 50, 55, 60, 5.
Wow, the bidding's reached more than double the amount that Lorne paid for the painting, and the price is still climbing.
70, at £65, bid at £65, do you want 70 there, 75, 80, 5, 80, bid you want 5 at £80. Are you out? At £80, so you bid of £80, take 5, all done at £80, gone, all done. At £80, your last chance. £80.
It's brilliant, it's made £80.
That is a nice little earner of £52 from the oil on canvas.
I can't believe it. I'm so pleased about that because I just love the painting. So it means that somebody else out there loves it too and thinks I've got good taste. It's the first time I've been told I've got good taste, I tell you. £80, that's fantastic for the charities. I'm really pleased about that. I wonder whether Mark made as much for his frame. Somehow, I don't think so. Excuse me if I'm feeling a bit pleased with myself.
Well, the answer to your question, Lorne, is that Mr. Franks hasn't made a bean on his frames yet because whilst you've been taking a load off your feet, our boy has been sweating it out for his money.
How's that skirt? Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I've got some more for you to do in the other room.
Oh, you're joking. We used to be mates. Where have we got to go? Come on in.
Just round here, come on. There you go, Mark. Everything all right?
Oh, I'll tell you what, blinding job. What a gentleman. That's really nice.
And what are you doing next week? I need someone to clean up.
On your bike, not a chance. What a cheek. Can you believe it?
It's a full-time job. I've never seen it done so well.
Well, there you go, Mark. If it all goes wrong and Lorne beats you, there's a job waiting for you. And with his mirrors glazed, it's back in the van and off on the hunt for a new buyer.
I'm looking for a shop called Braemar Antiques. And the lady does mainly French stuff, so a nice French mirror should be right up her street. Let's just hope she's in a generous mood.
Mark's hoping to sell his re-glazed mirrors, and if he wants to make a profit, he needs to get more than £71 that he paid for them.
I'm hoping this mirror will be up her street. It's blooming heavy now. Right, come with me. Come on. Hi, Marlies, how are you?
Hi, Mark.
Well,
Wow.
as the mirror lady of Northcote Road, I think it's only fair to show you this mirror that I bought in France.
Yes.
You've got so many beautiful mirrors and chandeliers. Your shop looks absolutely gorgeous today. And this, I thought, would complement your shop perfectly.
Well, it's an interesting mirror.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite nice.
Yeah, quite nice. Nice back.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah.
Condition's not bad considering its age.
Not bad, but it does need quite a lot of work.
Well, you're the lady to do that.
Yeah. So how much do you want for it?
Well, I was hoping for, I don't know, 250 quid.
Yes, nice try, Mark, but that didn't go down too well.
No, I'm sorry. That's too much. It needs too much work. Pieces missing here, there.
OK, all right, it needs a story. 200.
I think My best would be 150, really.
Wow, 150 would give Mark a massive £100 profit. But true to form, he's pushing for more.
180.
No.
160?
No, I'm sorry. I like it, but I wouldn't want to pay more than 150.
OK, 150, we got a deal.
South West London's best wheeler dealer is putting his back and his brain into selling, and he's walked away from that shop with an amazing £103 profit. He's surging ahead, and after selling the smaller mirror frame...
70 quid.
16 is the deal.
The pots of pepper...
£100.
You got a deal.
And the purple and pink vase.
40 quid, Mark. How does that strike you?
He's leaving Lorne trailing in his wake.
Cheers, Mark. Let's now fill it up with a beer.
The pressure really is on Lorne. Mark's pulling away and she's running out of things to sell. So it's crucial that she mirrors Mark's success and gets as much as possible for all her remaining items.
I'm really hoping these are going to go well. This is a pair of mirrors. I'm a little bit anxious now because I paid £111 in France, a little bit out of desperation, but I'm just hoping that some decorators here fancy them because they are a pair, even though one's got some damage. So let's see what happens.
Got number 615A now, £100, £80. I'm at £80, you want 85 at £80, take 5 at £80, 5 I'll take. Do you want 85 there? Do you want 90? 5, 100, 110, 120. £110, bid £110, take 120, £110. I'll take 120, £110. 120, 130. 120 bid, 130, 130, 140. No, 130, I'll bid £130. You're thinking about it? You're too late, 130.
I can't bear it. At least it's made a profit, £130.
God, I think I'm going to leg down after this.
It looks as though the pressure is getting to the queen of collectibles. £130 for the pair of mirrors leaves Lorne with a very slim profit of just £19. But the retro orange chair that cost £9.50 pours more money into her pot.
£40 are gone.
That's all right, £40. What can I say? It was a desperate buy. I really didn't know whether it would go or not. And it has, and it's made us some money. Fantastic.
The marble plinth dogs also find a new home.
Here goes.
Lorne's had some real success at Chiswick, but she's failed to sell a couple of items. All is not lost, though, because she's not the only one struggling to sell all her purchases. Mark's still got a dozen items left to sell, but he's working right to the end. He's taken most of them to his local auction house just down the road in Tooting.
Are you all done at 10, 12, 14? On the wall at 14.
And his local landlord has come up with a plan to try and make a profit from the silver ice bucket that he picked up for just £1.50.
I have a small bottle of champagne.
Yeah? How's that going to help?
I have a raffle ticket book, and I will do a raffle behind the bar for you. £1 a strip, £5 a strip, something like that. Raise a bit of money for you. Can't say further than that.
You're an absolute gentleman.
It's my pleasure, mate. No worries at all.
You see, it's not what you know, it's who you know in this game, because since the proceeds of Mark's endeavours are going to charity, he's able to let his landlord hold a raffle on his behalf. We'll find out very shortly if the raffle paid off when we reveal the final totals. So, after battling it out on the antiques fields of France and dear old Blighty, how much cash have the King and Queen of Collectibles made from their continental clash? Mark spent a total of £466.30 on items including the child's bike, the 4 small cupboards and the large restored mirror. Lorne spent a total of £435 on items including the soda siphons, the oil painting and the mirror.
I'll bear it.
So all that's left now to do is to call our two titans together to find out which of our experts has made the most profit from their trip to France.
Bonjour, bonjour.
Mange tu, petit pois?
How'd you get on then?
I'm hoping I've done pretty well.
Oh, they let you come back out again then. They gave you your passport back,
Unfortunately, they let me back. I didn't want to. I wanted to stay there.
Anyway, how much money did you make? Let's see.
Ready, go. 447 and 90p.
And I made £232. Actually, I'm quite surprised that I don't think I'd made that much, to be honest with you.
Well, what did it for you then?
Well, actually, you know what was a real disappointment? When I used to go to France, yes, you used to benefit from the currency differential.
Yes,
because they had the French franc and we had the English pound. And now, of course, everything's just euroed. So I sort of missed being able to make that difference, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I think I was quite lucky because I bought a couple of mirror frames and had them glazed, and they did well. So,
right, okay.
pretty
You sure?
good. What are you saying?
You're not telling me a lie, Pinocchio.
Sold Pinocchio.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
you made a profit on Pinocchio.
Yeah, no wrong with Pinocchio, girl.
That's just another fairy tale, isn't it?
Yeah. That's a brie sandwich.
I tell you what, anything. I'm absolutely knackered. I don't know about you.
So Mark pretty much doubled Lorne's profits and won by a mile. But how did he manage to pull that one out of the bag at the last minute? Well, it all came down to what happened at his local.
Sorry, mate. I'm really, really sorry. I've done...
good?
No, they didn't really go for it.
No?
110 quid, mate.
You're joking?
No, man.
110 quid?
Yeah, there's some good people in this
man
pub.
of arms. Can I take the dog as well?
Nah.
See you
Not
later,
today.
Cole. Cheers, James.
I have to say I got quite desperate towards the end, but I'm very, very pleased that a couple of my things really paid off. But I have to say Mark did very well, but I have a feeling he blagged a few je ne sais quoi personal favours off people. I'm just guessing.
Now, fair's fair, I think Lorne did really well making a good profit on the stuff she bought in France. And if I wouldn't have beaten her, I would have been disappointed. I nearly doubled what she got. To be honest, I should have tripled it because it is my field.
Well, it's been a battle of epic proportions, but most importantly, both our brave warriors have made a profit.
Found it.
And those profits will be going to a good cause.
I'm really happy I've been able to raise this money for the Teenage Cancer Trust. And it's nearly 500 quid, which should make some difference.
I'm pleased that we did make money, especially in my case, because it's going to go to the Little Havens Hospice, which is, of course, for children of a limited life expectancy, and also Westley Swimming Pool Fund.
And the competition doesn't stop here. Tomorrow, our experts will go head-to-head again to raise money for their favourite charities when they find themselves at a car boot sale.
Go and buy it for £45. Don't take any notice of how much.